Hello YouTube world, what's happening? This is Crystal Anastasia. It's my new YouTube art channel. People are asking me about art. They are asking me about where I studied art school I went to, all this and that, and so this is like a real fast evolution of my art life, which is real short. I drew until I was about 11, and then school kind of took over extracurricular activities and I stopped drawing. And I haven't really drawn since then, like literally decades have passed since I drew. And so my daughter, who's homeschooled, was having an art class one day, and in solidarity for my daughter's homeschooling, I woke up and decided I would draw a picture. And it was the first picture I had drawn in, no joke, decades. So this is just a black colored pencil cemetery statue that I drew. Took me maybe 2 hours to draw. People woke up, because I did this before people woke up, and they were like, oh my god, you can draw? And I was like, I guess so. I didn't actually think that that was really great. And then my daughter drew this eyeball, and she started to color it, and I was like, no, you should color it like this, because this is how eyeballs look. And I ended up coloring it. So she drew it and I colored it. And she was like, what are you doing with your life? Why are you not an artist? And I was like, this just looks like an eyeball that went to Mardi Gras. But I did think that it was really cool to have stuff that I drew, or her and I drew around the house. So I was like, I'm gonna draw some more stuff. So I wanted to do a study of eyes. So I drew these eyes. They're just blue eyes. I just am fascinated with irises, and I think they're beautiful, and I just did a quick face sketch. I had fun with my daughter's colored pencils because that's what I had at the time. Lots of colored pencils. I then wanted to see how I do with ink. And you could tell when you look at this picture that I'm not any kind of accomplished anything, because I didn't even measure out the paper and fit the top of the castle at the top of the paper, because I'm cool like that. So this is the Disney Castle in Paris. That was, I think, the fourth thing that I drew. Still, again, only had colored pencils, so this was like the fifth thing that I drew, and this is all again in like a 2-week time frame. I call that toxicity, because I think that that's what a toxic relationship looks like. It's something that infects you, and it just, it infects people. And then I took my daughter's black colored pencil and I completely demolished the rest of it doing this one. Now this one, I wanted to see how good I actually could be, if I could take something and make it look like a picture. And again, this is just a black colored pencil. Took me about 20 hours, and I put them on my Facebook. And my mom was at my house the next day after I finished this guy, and she gave me my first professional set of pencils. She gave me these pencils. I think you say it, Faber-Castell pencils. And this was the first thing that I did with that pencil set. And I was real serious about it. I wanted it to look as photorealistic as possible. So a month and a half maybe after I started drawing, I drew this. And just another cemetery statue, because I have some morbid fascination going on. After I drew her, I was watching artist blogs and reading blogs and reading how self-portraits are supposed to be really hard to do, and I was like, okay, well, let's see if I can do a self-portrait. This is just a quick graphite self-portrait that I did on just sketch paper. Somebody told me if I wanted to do art at all, I should start an Instagram page. So I put it up on Instagram, and I got a message from Raw Artists, a company that hosts art shows, to see if I wanted to be in their art show. And I was like, oh, holy crap, I don't even know how to do an art show. I have 5 art pieces is that enough for an art show? So I had to Google and YouTube that and see if I thought I could do that. And I had about 6 weeks notice. So I was already working on this guy right here when they asked me if I wanted to do the art show. And I got a real good sense of how long it took to do fine art pieces. This guy took me about, 90 hours maybe. I knew I was gonna have to do some other stuff other than fine art pieces. Like I'd only be able to do 1 or 2 more pieces in the 6 weeks before the show. It would just take me that long. So I did like some ink sketches and landscapes and stuff I wanted to see if I could do, because I wasn't even sure if I could do. And then I did the art show, and wow, I'll do a whole other video about the art show, but it really made me excited about art. Just seeing what everybody else was doing, just seeing responses when people saw my art. For the first 2 hours of the art show, people walked by me because they thought I was a photographer, that my pictures were actual pictures, that my drawings were pictures. And finally, a couple other the people in like my booth area were explaining to them, no, she drew that. And then all of a sudden it was just, I probably talked to 500 people that night. It was really amazing. So what ended up happening in all of this time I was drawing stuff, I would have these flashes of images in my head of like injustices that I just wanted to like rail on people about, or just vent about to people. And one of them was I can't call him our president, Mr. Trump. So I wanted to do some social injustice pieces, some social awareness pieces, some pieces that said, hey, you know what, this kind of behavior is not okay. Also, I wanted to explain that words matter. What people say does affect people. And yeah, it's just really toxic. That's why this is in the line that I call toxicity. On top of what the last one was, I call orange toxicity, I did this one, which I call fake president, also known as cotton candy head. All of the gold lettering are his tweets. There was an American flag pin on his lapel, and I decided that he didn't represent the United States, he represented himself. If the United States was in his best interest, I would have left that on his lapel. But if the United States was in his best interest, then this picture wouldn't exist right now. So it got the most notoriety at the show. People stood there and read all the tweets, all the gold lettering. Yeah. Someone offered me $800 at the show to burn it. So I did a color line. There's a reason for each of them. I also wanted to, I got some really quality pencils and I wanted to test those out, and this has all been just an amazing experience. My favorite one is probably, I did an LGBT piece and she's crying rainbows, because I feel like right now LGBT are kind of getting trampled on, and it's kind of representative, I think, how they feel right now. I didn't go to school for this. I just felt like drawing, and I just started drawing, and I haven't been able to stop, and it's been a really great 6 or 7 months. This is just the beginning. I really hope you like my channel. I will keep everybody updated. Leave comments, leave criticism, totally up for criticism, negative, positive, whatever I can do to improve myself. Just don't be negative to each other. That's not cool. And so if you would like to follow me, click the link below, click like, follow me, tell your friends. And so I'm going to say peace out, be kind, and tolerate. You all have a great day.